So I think I want to share my last personal experience on this. I want to share my last personal experience. How I almost died. Like I was facing death like this. Like I was facing death. I was literally facing death. I would have died on that day. But God said, it's not yet time. It's not yet time. So this happened on the 26th of December 2022. On that day, few days before that day, we had a family reunion in Ogun State. So I work in Lagos State. The 26th was actually a public holiday, but then I had opted that I will work on that day. That was on a Tuesday, I think, a Monday. So in a bit for me to get to work early, because it was a very far journey, I had left the house to the bus stop probably by past 5 or to 6, to the bus stop where I'll get a car or probably a bus or anything that will take me to my destination. So on getting to the bus, it will be difficult for me to get a direct bus or a direct car from that place to where I was going. So I had opted to go enter a machine, Okada. So I said, let me enter Okada and reach Ojodi Bega. Then from Ojodi Bega, there is no how that I will not get direct bus, direct car from Ojodi Bega to my destination. That is number one. Then number two reason why I wanted to enter Okada, because there used to be a lot of traffic. I think then they were constructing the road, so there is this traffic, unusual traffic on that along before Bega. So I wanted not to be in the traffic, because the machine, all these Okada, they have their own tiny lane which a car or a bus will not hold them from moving. Do you get? So that was the reason, and that was not my first time of entering Okada from there to Bega now. So I stopped one Okada. So normally Okada, if they wanted to make their money, 2 persons would be there. And of course, where I was, it was just me that was there. So there was no person to make them 2. The first Okada said, I will pay this much money. I said, it's too much, I cannot pay that money. He left. The second Okada I saw said that he can take this amount, which I am okay with, but then he have to go back to another bus stop down to get another passenger to make us 2. I said, no, I don't want that. He left. Then the third Okada came, mentioned a price that I was okay with. He didn't say that he was going to go back. He said, okay, we agreed. So I now entered. Few seconds on entering, he now said he wants to go back and get another passenger, that he must find the passenger. Like that is a very popular bus, so he must find the passenger. I said, that was not our agreement though. That was not our agreement. He said, okay, we continued. While we were still going, I felt maybe he's looking around the corners was for him to find someone that will make us 2. But we did not see somebody that will make us 2. So we continued. The journey was racing fast. So it got to before Bega. I think we've passed Maboros. Around Maboro. This is happening between Maboro and Bega. So because of, when we had started that journey and we were into the journey, like maybe we've passed half of the journey, and I realized that there is no traffic that would have even entered bus would have even taken a lesser amount, that there's no traffic. And I realized that it was the public holiday and that there is usually no traffic, like much traffic on public holidays. It was when I was on that Okada that I realized. Before then I didn't remember, like I didn't think well that it was a public holiday. So I said, as I've entered that one, then I have to finish it now. So because of the usual traffic that used to happen there, so there is this, I don't know what to call it, there is this small pathway that somebody can easily that's not somebody or Okada can easily find their way through to go to the other lane so they can continue their journey. Okay, I did not see any traffic ahead, but then as that guy was entering there, I felt that he was trying to go to the other lane as usual now to continue the journey. didn't know I was going to meet something else. So when we entered there, of course, there's a space between that is the space between the two main roads, the two expressways. So immediately he entered there, he stopped his Okada. I was trying to actually know what was happening. Immediately he stopped his Okada. He said I should come down. I came down. I was trying to ask him, like, the thing is even happening in just few seconds, maybe 0. How would I say it? 0.1 second. I was trying to ask, why are we stopping here? I don't understand. God bless him. He pulled out machete. This machete is bigger than the machete they use in cutting meat. He pulled out machete from the side of his. He was not wearing trousers. He was wearing knicker, shorts. He pulled that machete from the side of his shorts. Put it out. That was the end. Oh God, the story changed. Really, he pulled it out. I started crying, panicking, shaking, everything that can happen to a person. That was what was happening. And mind you, it was still dark. Nobody was crossing. It was just, you can only see cars. They were only racing. It was express. Now he's going to stop and look at you or know what was happening. And the corner that we were in, like, it's dark. How will I put it? Persons that live there will know. Persons that go through that route know what I'm talking about. It was dark. And immediately he brought out the machete and I said, oh yeah, sports. Like, it was cutting. So even if anybody was going to cross or a car was going to look, and it was express, they were racing very fast. Even if they were going to look, they wouldn't know what was happening because the darkness was covering me and he was the one that was up. Of course, his machete was down, so nobody was going to notice at all what was happening. So I panicked, shouted, said everything. But what can I not say when I was facing my death like this? First of all, he said I should offload what was in my bag. Aside from my purse, because of safety, my phone was inside my purse and my purse was inside a handbag that I was carrying. So I should offload what I was carrying. I offloaded it. There was rice there, there was spaghetti there, like uncooked one. There was my purse, there was my phone, my ATM card was there. I offloaded it. He asked my phone, brought out my phone. It was secure with the password. He said I should open it. I think he said I should tell him the pin. I told him the pin. While this was happening, I was crying, I was wailing, I was weeping. It was as if my eyes and my brain were going to come out as I was doing all those things at the same time. What did I not? I was saying, please, oh, I cannot speak Igbo because the person was either Hausa or Yoruba. This dark, his accent was sounding Hausa or Yoruba. Very dark person. I was saying, please, I'm sorry, crying. God. We stayed there for minutes while I was still crying, bringing out everything that was in my bag, everything. After I brought them out, I thought he was going to tie his machine and leave. He asked for money inside. I think I was wearing a trouser. He asked for money inside my trouser. He said there is no money there. I brought out, like, I kind of searched. I told him there was no money there. I searched. There was no money there. I said, see, now there's nothing here, something like that. Panicking. There's nothing there. So after then, he now said I should remove my clothes. Oh my God. I thought this guy was joking, but I was still saying, please, please. He mentioned it second time, third time. I was like, this guy is taking it serious. So I increased the volume of my weeping. I increased everything. I increased the volume of my weeping, my crying, everything. I multiplied it. I went to the highest level I can get. I felt the guy was tired of hearing that. surprised. He now dropped 500 naira from the money I gave him. 500 naira too. He now dropped it for me on the, like, it's like he threw it at me that I should use it. I don't know. I felt maybe my transfer fell to where he thought I was heading to. Then he entered his machine. I left. When he was doing that, I was saying thank you. Like a lot of things was happening. I don't know what was about. But I knew it was what I can remember was that I was crying, weeping. And then he left. Until today, this moment that I'm still sharing this video, I don't know what was inside that person's head when he told me to remove my clothes. The only thing I can only think of two things or two reasons why he will say I should remove my clothes. It's either he wants to, one, use me or rape me there, or two, he wants to use the machete he was holding to cut off any of my body parts. But by the special grace of God, I came out alive, and I'm sharing this story out here for persons to be prayerful and be careful and always be an alert.